Hi, my name is Mike with Mike's Carburetor Parts. I'm in the process of rebuilding a Holley 1904 one-barrel carburetor, and I've already made one video in this series. I took the carburetor apart to get it ready for cleaning, and I've done the cleaning. I use ultrasonic cleaning in my case. The gasket residue I'm getting off. I've taken the throttle body apart, and I'm pretty sure I did that in the first video, and I got it all painted up. These things, they rust so bad that the cast iron, what I do is I heat them up pretty good, and then I hit them with some cast iron paint, and boy, it just does a good job. I can't think of the brand of paint I use, but it seems to stay on there. Anyway, if you want to make it look good, hit that with that. Alright, so I buffed it all up, I've cleaned it all up, I'm ready to put it back together. The throttle shaft goes in like so, and this goes in here. I can still see the mark here where it went against the throttle shaft. You want to be sure and take a lot of digital pictures, you know, how everything was, and so you can refer back to them like this. You would, if you had a picture, you know exactly how it went in there. You wouldn't have to fool around with it. And I've wasted a lot of time trying to figure out which way it goes. At any rate, there we go. So I got this on. I've got some new screws, and I'm going to put some Loctite on them so that they don't come out and fall into the engine. Now, in case I didn't mention it before, when I take these loose, first thing I do is I take my Dremel tool and I get behind the screw and I grind it down flush with the throttle shaft, and then screw them out. And I just seldom break them when I do that. Pick here to get this straightened out. Okay, now these things will move around a little bit, and you want those, you want the throttle valve to be as tight as possible around the outside. So I usually hold it on the other side with my finger, and I keep it up against it tight, because sometimes there's just enough play in it that it'll move. But the last thing you want is a big crack in there, because it'll act just like a vacuum leak, and it just won't idle. It will idle too fast. You won't be able to idle it down. Yeah, and you know, I look at it through with the light and make sure it's nice and snug. Now you can peen these down if you want. I just put Loctite on them. That seems to work just fine. Okay, so there we go. Simple as that. It's a matter of getting it in right. Now I'm going to put the spark control valve. I guess I better get the gasket for it though. Okay. Now I have a free electronic manual on this. There's one that's for a 1960, but it's basically the same thing. And when you buy a kit from me, you'll be able to download that manual, and it has a lot of good information in it about like people are always asking me what this is used for, and you know, what the circuits are all about. And boy, it can be really helpful when you're messing around with your carburetor. So and since I do have that manual available to you, I'm not going to spend the whole video explaining every little thing about it like that. So my intent here is just to show you how it goes together. Okay, so now I think I'll go ahead and put it on the float bowl, and I got a new gasket here, which I'm going to spray with I like these silicone spray lubricant that keeps it from, well, it brings it to life, and also it keeps it from sticking in case I have to take it back apart. Okay, so gasket looks good there, and goes on like this. Oh, one thing I want to mention here. On the automatic transmissions, these sometimes will have a nylon check ball in there with a little spring clip that holds it in there. And that's for automatics, so which you seldom see. Most of these tend to go on manual, and quite frankly, I'm not sure it wouldn't work just fine. I'm not exactly sure what it's for, and if you don't have it, I don't think I'd sweat it too much. I've never had any problem with them either way. Kind of guessing what it is, and since it's a vacuum port for, I mean, it feeds the vacuum for the distributor advance. It may have something to do with that with automatics, where it doesn't, when you let off on the gas, it doesn't just come down all of a sudden and cause it to die. Kind of like what dash pots are for. And that's the other thing. These things for the automatic transmission have dash pots. Let's see, this one doesn't have a place for, yeah, right here. They go right here for automatic transmission. So I do happen to have the dash pots available. Okay, so there we got the throttle body and the main float bowl assembly together. In case you missed it, your carburetor number is right here. Unfortunately on this one it's pitted so bad here that I can't read it, so I had to go by matching things up, like the accelerator diaphragm. The difference is the length usually in these things to get the right kit. I had to do that. The needle and seat are the same. That's about it. Gaskets are pretty much alike. So this is the biggie on the difference in the kits. So, okay, well, I'm going to end this right here. I got to get it ready, and we'll get the float bowl and the rest of it together here in the next video. Thanks for watching.